A dance coach once said to me, Brian, turn complicates things. And in West Coast Swing, we have lots of turns, and it's one of the core struggle areas. And in this video, we're gonna talk about 3 keys to turns, some of the things that you're doing wrong, and some of the things you can do to fix them. My name is Brian B.
I'm Miss Megan.
And we're gonna talk about everything that aggravates Miss Megan in turns. So the first core thing we have to understand is balance. And what is the core problem of balance, Miss Megan?
You don't know where to balance. That's probably part of the problem.
So where do they balance? Talk about it.
On this part of your foot. So Brian calls this a 3-toe base. I just call it the front half, well, the front third of your foot. So essentially, if you can put your hand on it, that's pretty much where you're balancing.
And what is our first drill? The first drill is literally to stand over the ball of that foot. You can think of the 3-toe base being the big toe to the next toe. And if you were to put a nail right through that, that is where you're gonna try to hold your weight. And if I do this from behind, you'll find a couple of different things about your body. I have slight bow legs, so if I push into that, I have a tendency to rock to the outside of my foot. So just by standing and balancing and taking this foot off the ground, or touching it if you have to, or holding onto a chair, try to find where you can balance yourself the most. That's number one. And what you're gonna find is those muscles are gonna start to work, and those are the muscles that need to be strengthened to keep your balance. Number 2 is I'm gonna have to actually rotate on that part of my foot. So our first drill is to literally just rock your weight. You can rock into the heel, into the toe to find that, and just kind of stay, rock forward and find it. Because when you're dancing, you're gonna have to quickly find that spot, click, before you launch into your turn. So what's our first drill, Ms. Megan?
We are gonna do quarter turns or half turns?
You're the boss, quarter turns.
Let's do quarter turns. And we come back, we move forward, we turn a quarter, we come back. And make sure that you are rotating on the front of your foot.
And this is gonna sound silly, but the trick is you wanna make that quarter turn and stay perfectly balanced. Don't do this. This is what we see a lot of people doing, going, hey, this is easy. And they just kind of rock through it, and I'm never actually balanced on that part of the foot. So the quarter turn drill is the start. First things first, I want to imagine back in the day we had VHS videotapes. If you smooshed one of those between your thighs, I want to be able to make that quarter turn without the tape coming out. So if I opened up my legs, that videotape would fall out. So we're going to progress this from a quarter turn to a... West Coast Swing is super fun, but let's face it, it gets complicated fast. That's why we created our free West Coast Swing ebook to give you access to all the answers in one place. You can grab it in the description below or the QR code right here.
Half.
Bingo. Forward, rotate, and then back. We're going to do it again. So in a perfect world, I'm going to be so balanced that I theoretically could do a full turn on that foot. But progress yourself from the quarter turn to the half turn into a full turn, again, with that leg not coming out from underneath you. If you can do that, you've got plenty of balance. We can go on to number 2, which I'm going to call the energy of the turn or the technique. And if we're going to step onto this foot and we're going to start to turn, Miss Megan has an annoyance. What's your number 1 problem right here?
That you launch yourself onto your other foot and it's too big. And you can't turn your foot.
That's what we want to talk about first. So, as we go forward, explain your non-turning foot, Miss Megan.
So I think when we're doing turns, we kind of forget that the foot that you're on actually does have to rotate. I think we think that everything comes from the other side. And then, I don't know if anybody else has gotten these pictures while they're turning, because I sure have when I was...
We have one on the wall.
Yeah, it's...
In fairness.
It's so pretty. But anyway, when you're turning, you want to make sure that your supporting foot actually rotates as you move on to the turn.
So then number 2 was, we talked about 2 biggest steps, and that's actually going to be in number 3 in stability. But there's 2 types of turns that we need to talk about. One is a pivot turn. This is a pivot, a half pivot. And to explain where you might see this, you might see this in 1, 2, 3, and that is a pivot turn, a half turn back. That's where you're going to see your pivot turn. It's going to end the turn. But before that, in our basic inside turn, we have a, what we call...
Chainé turn.
Or Chainé turn if you don't have a ballet teacher mom. That's your pronunciation. Chainé. So
It's French.
if we go 1, 2, what is a Chainé turn? We're chaining the turn together. So we're going to close our feet here, and we're going to re-step. And the way that I explain this is you're going to enter and leave the turn in the same position. So if I am prepped over this foot, I'm going to close my feet, and I'm going to reopen. And this is, I think, where you get into they start to think about this foot closing and don't realize that this foot actually is going to rotate through that. And people always ask me, when does the weight change happen? And I say, I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't know. The best way I can describe it is I will stomp my foot to the ground when the weight change happens. And you can watch that in slow motion and decide. People debate all the time. Is this a quarter turn and 3/4 of a turn?
I typically say 3/4.
Or is it 3/4 of a turn and a quarter turn? I don't know. Megan agrees with one. I don't know. Whatever this is. But the key takeaway is going to be 2 things with this. Number 1 is that this standing foot does rotate during the turn because I'm balanced on it. That's the one I'm balanced on. Number 2 is that I'm going to try to close my feet. Now let me explain this too. Do you have to close your feet in your turn? The answer is...
You don't have to.
But you're going to try to. You're going to try to. And the way I explained is if you're inside of your hips, there's not too much of a big difference in your balance. As soon as you get outside of your hips, now I have to change my balance point.
Labels wobble, but they don't fall down.
I'm going from this balance point to this balance point to this balance point. And one of my coaches once said, you can travel or turn. If you do both, it's called...
Figure skating.
Falling, but yes, if you watch a figure skaters. Oh my God, this is funny. Yeah, but if you're traveling and turning, you're basically falling into the turn. It's called figure skating. So I want to travel to this, rotate, travel again, rotate. Hence the chain or Chainé turns. I'm chaining the turns together. And I say that in West Coast Swing, I don't teach multiple turns. I teach one turn done multiple times. It's the same technique. So we've got part number 1, which is the balance over the ball of the foot, practicing through your quarter turn drills, through your half turn drills, and then to your full turn drills all the way around so you can stay balanced. So you've got good balance. Number 2 is we understand there's 2 different types of turns. Number 1 is the pivot turn, where I'm pivoting a half turn. This leg stays behind me. This is typically what ends a turn. And we're going to talk about that in section 3, stability.
It's the slower turn.
Yes. They typically I don't want to get into the timings of them. But the second one is the Chainé turns. That's the quicker turns. You see these in 2-step. You definitely see them in West Coast. And you're going to leave the turn and enter the turn in the same position. This side's back. I close it. I leave this side back. Now number 3 is stability. And the number 1 problem that people aren't stable is because of, I think you said it earlier.
Big steps?
Big steps. Big steps. So I'm not going to be stable if I'm taking big steps. Why? And this comes back to, or you have something to
I'll
say?
say because your center of gravity is not over your foot.
Unless you're figure skating, and then you can throw yourself up and collect yourself and land on a knife.
Yes, it's very, very fun.
For figure skaters over here. But as you finish the turn, and this is a tip that I picked up from a really good West Coast swing dancer named Robert Cordova a long time ago, is as I finish this step, if I am traveling through that, I'm going to land too big. And what's the problem? I'm not over either foot. So when you land the turn, I'm going to be over this foot, and when I step back, I want to be able to take that foot off the floor. And here's the key. You're not going to take the foot off the floor until you're good and stable. You're going to go through your Chainé turn. You're going to go through your pivot turn, and our pivot turn, and I'm using that left foot to drive my weight back into that right foot, and I don't take it off the ground until I'm good and balanced, and then I can pick it up and anchor step, which is where you get some of these high-level people that leave out their anchor step. They get to one of these things, and they're a little unstable, and they just kind of either fall out of it, or they very consciously stretch into that anchor and just leave the foot attached to the floor. That's what I was going for. Cool. Any final thoughts on spins and turns, Miss Megan?
The the more that you try to stay balanced over the supporting foot, no matter what type of turn it is, you are going to feel and turn more stably.
Balanced over the foot. Yeah, so to this day, I
that's
literally, in my kitchen, I have a little wobble board that I
That's very
stand
fun.
on for like a couple minutes a day that helps those muscles stay stable. And then I'm always consciously like pivoting and using that foot. Here's another takeaway. You're always going to be forward over your turn. Sometimes we think we're turning this direction and our bodies tend to go that direction. But what I want to think is, it comes back to this pivot drill. If we do the half turn, we're very forward over this foot. So even as I'm Chainé turning, if we do this kind of segmented, I'm very forward over the foot all the way through, even into my pivot turn. Why? Kind of comes back to what Megan said first. This is where my center point of balance is, over the ball of the foot. All that being said, a lot of people ask us about this, one-footed spins. How can I do one-footed spins? And the answer is you have to do all this stuff about the balance stuff first. I have people come to me and go, I want to do one-footed spins. I go, can you stand on one foot? And how many do you want to do? I want to do 10. Can you stand on the ball of your foot and count to 10? Because if you can't do that, you can't rotate through it. But we have a video called 3 keys to one-footed spins. You can get this over here. And since you've watched turns this long, we did 9 inside turn variations. So all basic versions of this, you can practice all of these inside turn variations with all sorts of cool different hand holds. I don't remember all the ones we did in the video, but you can check it out right there. See you on the dance floor soon.